Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today as we have a chat with Kuno, who is... well, it's Kuno. It is Kuno. Are you kids siblings? Because there's another kid over there. Did we... It's Kunese still. I don't know how to pronounce that, but maybe he's gonna pronounce it. Yeah, are you kids siblings?
The fuck are you talking about?
He throws another rock.
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
That's... She doesn't know... Do they not know what the word siblings means? Yeah. Kid, you wanna hang out? I'm not a narc.
Fuck no. Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
Fast. This kid has got street smarts.
Yeah, he knows what entrapment is, but doesn't know what siblings means. Okay, look, I have questions for you.
Alright.
He juts his chin out.
Entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
The body. What do you know about it?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fucking...
He picks up a rock.
Kuno uses the fucking for target practice.
He could have just said he doesn't know.
You could have just said you don't know.
Kuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all.
He shakes his head, clearly offended.
Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone.
Do you know how it got up there?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So he didn't see it happening?
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol.
He puffs himself up.
Kuno wasn't regional.
Okay. Where'd you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking...
He looks around, trying to come up with something.
Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Huh. Where's Night City?
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
He draws snot up his nose.
Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Okay, more on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
I want to ask about the crime scene. You kids often play in this yard?
Right, pig? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
The ladder. Ever climb it?
Look at that fucking shit.
He screeches.
You're trying to get Kuno killed.
So you would say that the ladder is unclimbable?
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
What's in the greenhouse over there?
Dunno.
He shrugs.
Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Wait, the gardener used to work there?
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it.
He fills his lungs with the rancid air. His eyes get a little watery.
Shit's nothing to Kuno.
Wait, what did you mean by kipped?
Look it up in the library. Kuno's not a fucking dictionary.
He shakes his head.
Fucking small brain. Kuno means the gardener, alright?
I believe kipped is an ethnicity in this world. I don't know if it is a real world slur or anything like that. It feels like similar to a real world slur, but I wouldn't know what it is for. I want to say that in real world, the Kipts were a people that lived in the British Isles. But I might be mistaking them for another, but there's so many people that lived there. I could swear. But anyway, you mean the young woman by the whirling in rags, the gardener?
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
He looks you in the eye and nods as if agreeing with himself.
Yeah, her.
I know, rhetoric. I was also wondering about that trash container over there.
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig.
Someone might have stashed something in there. Maybe there's even a lead.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Why the fuck are you telling this shit to Kuno?
Okay, I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
He spits over his shoulder and then looks back up at you. I gotta ask, who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Kuno sounds like something you'd call a rabid dog.
Yeah,
His eyes light up.
think about it. Think about that rabid Kuno shit.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help!
The boy joins in.
He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Just answer the questions.
Help! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
It's full blast now. The wind carries the message far and wide across Martinez. And I could just shut him down with a 42% chance to do that. Don't punch him. It's a bad idea. You know what? I'm gonna shut him down. I'm gonna succeed at it as well. That doesn't look like a success.
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target. Instead, it pulled you down with it.
Ouch, my arm and my fucking knee!
Kuno can't believe this shit!
It's like he's now realized he has superpowers.
Can no one stop the Kuno? Pig, Kuno thought you had this. What happened? Kuno can't do anything now.
His writhing with joy like the power you gave him is too much to take.
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up!
The one behind the fence hisses like a lit fuse ready to go off from delight. Stop laughing!
The creature behind the fence makes it a point to laugh even harder.
Ooh. No, I'm gonna die from them laughing at me.
Kuno made you his fucking...
He bursts into a violent fit of laughter. Sounds like a flock of seagulls taking flight.
The lieutenant isn't laughing at all.
Do you have any idea of the shit you just got yourself into, kid?
Kuno's just gonna beat the shit out of you again.
He is clearly still in awe of himself right now.
I told you not to tempt such forces.
The annoyance in his voice is directed at you, not the gremlins.
Now, how about we go and do something worth the public's time?
Well, that was an interaction. Let's see what this is.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant, workers' boot tracks, and I'm gonna point to them.
Noted.
The lieutenant takes out his little notebook. I'm gonna get an exact count. Actually, well, since I haven't leveled up yet, I really can't do much. But we can come back and if we fail. I will die of counting.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Okay. We'll come back later and damage our morale even more.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like, and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
I'm gonna look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
God, why? What is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
The lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose.
He's about to blow. Cock's gonna blow, Kuno.
I'm gonna let go of my nose without throwing up.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
I'm gonna let it out.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Fucking corpse.
Keep it.
The lieutenant hands you a blue checkered handkerchief. Thanks. I'm gonna wipe my mouth.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Okay, where do we get ammonia from?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell.
He nods towards the plaza.
If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fruit store nearby.
Or cigarettes. I'm gonna turn away then. Man. Okay, so we have Lieutenant's handkerchief. Is that how it's written in English? The handkerchief given to you by Lieutenant Kitsuragi. One corner is adorned with lace with a tiny embroidered portiere. And I don't know what portiere means, but it could be the word itself being embroidered, or it could be like just, you know, it's not really a portiere. It's something that looks like a portiere or functions like a portiere. I don't actually know. Hey, I'm gonna talk to this little devil over here. Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick, she says.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
She hisses. I'm gonna take one step closer.
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
I just want to ask you some questions, and I'm gonna take another step closer.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Listen, child, the smell is so bad that I threw up, and I was wondering...
Stay away from me, pig. You don't want to see what happens when you corner me. I'll die before I squeal, pig.
And she hides behind the fence. What are those strange words you were using, girl?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
I believe that's Scandinavian. It feels like it's Finnish with the umlautas and whatnot. That one feels like it's a Swedish swear word. I don't know. It could be inspired in Nordic languages.
Don't be traumatizing her. Get the fuck out of here.
Nah. You there, behind the fence.
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody.
The hat drops even lower.
I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
Yeah. If I find... Oh, no! Sorry, Kim. I was running for a little bit. Force of habit. I assure you. I double-clicked. That's what you need to do to run. But we don't run, Kim. We don't run. Might have ruined, like, some sort of things. Because I ran that little bit. But we need to talk to this gardener over here. Hey.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Do you still have your salts? I think I could use some.
Sure. I'm done with them.
She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Okay. It gave her a terrible headache. That might not work out for me then. I'll give it a try. I mean, that's what we're here to do. But also, inspect the victim's body for sure. A thin glass tube wrapped in cotton netting used to treat fainting spells produced by Saint-Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, I believe, would be how it's pronounced. Also, I could not ask her about the... Huh. I was the greenhouse, about the greenhouse. I couldn't ask her. But also, she did have dirt on her face. She must have been working here, right? Let's give this another try.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
And I'm gonna now, with a +1, let go of my nose without throwing up. No, that's specifically endurance. Do I have... Not here. Do I have any... We have a +1 on endurance right now, that's good. But would I be able to get an even pluser one? Not that I can see. So let's hope that I don't die. I'm gonna let go of my nose without throwing up.
You crack open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
I'm gonna step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Let's inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? They are armor.
Indeed.
With his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles.
Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
What kind of armor is that, exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fair weather.
He turns the boot slightly.
Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information.
He nods towards Kuno.
Maybe he'll know something.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
That's our pain threshold talking. Yes. Why does my mortal coil need protecting anyway?
Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell. Resist death.
Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there's no rest of the armor?
No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags.
What if they told him to strip before they hung him to demean him?
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Kuno. Yeah. How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out.
He checks his notes.
Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions.
These look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Yeah, the material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Catching, baby!
By catching, do you mean...
He tilts his head.
Let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
That is what catching means, yes.
Mm-hmm. It means disciplinary hearing.
The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve.
The lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter.
Interesting, because if it were the former, then he would have been serious. Also, unplastic, here, plastic being used to mean the original meaning of the word, which is malleable, but here being unmalleable expression range. He's very serious, very stern person. I'm gonna knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Filled with feet.
Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
I'm gonna punch it harder.
Your fist connects to the boot with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder. The only difference is a barely audible click underneath. Sounds like the end of a long dice roll.
Did you hear that? A click?
Yeah, like dice rolling.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard.
He points to the toe.
See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether.
I'm gonna pull the boot off.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Do what?
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Well, these boots would go super well with my bell-bottom pants.
You do understand the boots are steeped in cadaverine odor, don't you?
So are my pens.
You have a point there, detective. You have a point. But
The lieutenant taps on the boot.
there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
What's going to happen to the boots then?
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights.
He looks towards the boots.
Should we continue?
Sure, let's back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Let's inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, There's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you.
What was that? A word?
Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
I should get a drink.
No, you should not get a drink. You should perform an initial inspection of the victim's corpse. We are on the rope part.
Yeah, what kind of rope is this?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a harbor.
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
They sure wanted him to stay there. The polyester seems strong.
It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced.
He rises to inspect the noose.
See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
So we're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it.
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life. Certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
He blinks. Ooh, did we get a mission to get a... Oh, right. I need to ask him to tell me about the case. Well, we could have done that before, but let's do it after. How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kids' ladder? I'm gonna point to one at the side of the tree.
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
He makes a pulling motion. Okay, back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
I'm gonna squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink.
I'm gonna observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing it?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
I'm gonna squint harder. His face and hands are pink. Thighs too. The rest is greenish.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
Okay, I'm gonna relax my eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I'm gonna cover my nose. Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Goddamn right, I'm a f***.
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard. Sounds like seagulls.
Big's head is a...
The lieutenant's face is made of stone.
I don't know what to think. What do you think?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck.
He points to his fattened chin.
The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Could it still be he was moved after death?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Yeah, let's back off and catch our breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
And he's gonna be decomposing until the next episode because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching. I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.